Other common World War II misconceptions or no, World War II misconceptions. Like I say, I built the defenses for those beaches in Germany. All those gun emplacements, all that stuff, I built those myself, LS. Well, I mean, I paid for it basically and designed them, so I knew what kind of defenses were there. Also, I knew the weather of those beaches. Those beaches are normally very foggy. Like that's one of the reasons why we had so many machine gun posts on those beaches is because you can't see anything. You can't see it, literally a ship could be just off the shore and you wouldn't be able to see it most days. I think like 30 or 60% of the year, it's actually, at least back then, back during the war, it was foggy. Like you couldn't even see 5 feet in front of you. It becomes like this thick. It's because something about the water, or the way the way the water was working back then, the weather is that there's this hot, steamy air or whatever that comes and it creates this whole big fog bank. Like it was one of the days when it was one of the reasons why we were trying to get a surveillance or trying to get when we were building it the first time back in probably 1890 or 1850 when we were actually building it. Um, we were doing aerial surveys and you can't see anything. You can't like most days of the year, I forget exactly how it works, but it's really annoying because we were trying to build stuff and it's like we couldn't see, they couldn't even see from gun post to gun post. Like if you look from one gun post to another gun post, you can't actually even see the other gun post. It gets that foggy where visibility is probably about 30 to 20 feet. So anyway, so when we were attacking Germany, when we attacked Germany, like I say, we had been in Germany, I had built the defenses myself. So when we were retaking Germany and retaking Paris, I knew all this information. And I thought about it, and um, and they were like, "We're going to retake the." When we were planning this is actually in the planning phase. When we were planning it, I thought about it. I was like, "Wait a minute, is that? Yeah, it is. That's that place. It's always foggy. Like, like probably. There's certain times of the year when you literally cannot see at all. You can't see, or at least one of the beaches. I forget which one was, but one of the beaches it was always foggy there. 20 visibility is about 10 feet some days. Anyway, so when we actually attacked, like I say, it was a phase that I forget. There was more than one attack. Like we were attacked as well. Like when I was in Germany, when I was German, and we were there, like that was one of the problems. We were always getting attacked in Germany. Like somebody was always trying to come into my country in Germany. I forget who it was. We were attacked and then we defended. We attacked and then we defended, and they weren't able to get through. They pushed our defenses every time, and this is probably like I guess we probably built them somewhere around 18 or 17. I think it was 1700 or so, 1750, 1780 when we actually built the defenses. Germany was really fortified, but that's why we did so many pillboxes across those areas because you can't see from one to another. So we had people stand there, and we actually set the pillboxes to be about, so you can see, because otherwise somebody could just, within 300 feet, a person could just walk up the beach, and you would never see it, like most days of the year, or at least some part of the year. Some parts of the year, it gets really foggy there in certain times. It was a problem because the cars, when we were building it, the trucks kept on running into each other, and stuff like that. There was a lot of problems up there. Like the cranes would be working, like the cranes would say that they couldn't see, they couldn't even see the load because or something like that. It was really bad, like really bad. It was really hard for signaling and stuff like that because we were trying to work in there, and I was like, oh, I hate fog because it was just always foggy there, So. And people were always trying to sneak up. And that's another thing is people always tried to sneak up too. They would land on the beach and they would try and sneak into Germany. So we had to put all these pillboxes, like because it was Germany and Germany was really nice. So people were always trying to sneak in. It was always a problem. So anyway, so many years goes by. Like probably I think those gun emplacements were actually 50 or 80 years old. Basically, I've moved on to basically I'm building in Russia and I'm building in in China, and I'm also doing Mexico, and moving up into and Panama, and moving up into America. So we were somewhere around in there. We were doing it, and like I say, some Africans come in, and they initially start pushing into Africa, and we evacuate from Africa, and everybody starts coming up through Spain and goes up there, and we basically decided to hold them at Spain pretty much because there's a little peninsula right there where it's easy to hold them. So we're like, we're gonna defend here, and they won't get in here, so they'll have to go that way. So then we build this great big wall across the other part. We're like, okay, this is our line. He won't be able to get in, or they won't be able to get in if they try and get into my country, because I'm really super defensive. So anyway, so we hold them there, and they constantly try and get in. We push them out. They try and get across, and we push them back. We don't kill them most days. It's just like, what are you doing? Walk that way. You swam across, you can swim back. No, we give them rights back. It's just normal deportation most times. So it's not really that big a deal. But that black Africans are always trying to come in, and then once they get in, they try and steal and they take and all that kind of stuff. But mostly it's like a Spain problem. It's not really like we put the defenses down there because if Spain gets overrun, then we get overrun. So we have the line at Spain, and then we have another line up higher, which is actually our border of Germany. So, and we're just defending Spain just because I have people there, and that's the best, most strategic place to do it. And I think there might be a pipeline or something somewhere around. We're always doing mines in there. So, I forget there was something that we were doing down in there. Trying to think because I get what's called Panama and I get the cotton mixed up all the time. So anyway, so we're holding them at Spain, and we have that at one wall going up on the other side. There's that big lake right there, and then we have the wall right over there. We have pretty good defenses. It's like first line defense, second line defense, and we have all that, and we build all those. So, but it gets really foggy, and it's a problem because people are always sneaking in, and then they rape or kill or steal a car. If they steal a car, it's like, oh well, who cares? They stole a car or a tractor or something. But they kill people, and they kidnap them. So we're trying to keep people from getting kidnapped and stolen out of the country. So anyway, so many years go by, about 50 or 80, and that's when what they did was there's this one little spot, and they came in from the back, and they killed the guys, and then they were letting truckloads, convoys through, black people. And about 120,000 of them get up in the middle, right there in Germany. So we're evacuating again and moving everybody up into Poland and up that way, basically. And we still have a couple of cities up there because we're moving all the women and children that way. So anyway, but like I say, they can't go any higher because it's too cold up in Russia. They'll freeze to death. And these other people are just pushing them up more and more and more and pushing into Poland. And they're pushing towards, I think Japan. Japan owned that little peninsula. Kind of trying to think. I think Japan had that one little section right there where they talk about, it's Japan was all in there in that one little peninsula as you go up, and there's a little thing right there. I think they call it. Anyway, they were all up in there. So the black people, they go in, they come in, they raid, and then they're going up into there and heading towards Japan or that little area. And they're pushing those people out towards the ocean. And they're trying to hold the line, basically. And they're losing the war because they're fighting against stolen German tanks that the black people have now. It's not Germany, it's not white German, it's black German. So anyway, and we're evacuating ships like crazy. Like ships are going out every single day. They're just going across to America and back, basically. So we were getting ready, and we have to come back in, but we're going to be going through our own defenses now, and because the black people are all in there, and they have all the tanks, and they have everything that Germans had because they basically fought and then ran away, basically, because it wasn't really worth it. The black people were just going to strangle us and kill us. So a lot of white people, though, they stayed to their guns until the very last end, though. But then a little while later, now the black people have them, and they have the uniforms, and they're basically taking over Germany, pretty much.